This is what we're going to have a go at today, and we're going to do it freestyle. Yep, we've built this as we go along, and I'm going to show you how to do it block by block. Don't you go anywhere. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening and good night, depending on what time you're watching this next episode from me, Avomance. And a load of you have said that you want me to do more house builds, and I thought, okay, well, let's do some house builds. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a house build freestyle. I'm literally going to make this up as I go along. So I've already built it in the background. This is what it's going to end up with. So if you want to see how I've built this block by block, made it up as I go along, finding the creative process, if you like, then don't you go anywhere. We're going to get cracking on with it right now. I'm not going to give you an inventory because I made it up. I've made it up. So you should do the same thing. Freestyle builds are fun when you make them up as you go along. Let's do it now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with I want to try and make it a little bit more interesting on the eye. So let's come out 3 there, but then let's come out a little bit like that. 1, 2, 3, maybe one more, and then come up along that way. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, say 9, and then come in 3. I want to come in level with that one like that, and then we're going to come across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm not going to curve this one. I'm going to make it straight. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come all the way down, level with that one, which I think is there. And then how many times did I come in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Does that look a little bit weird? I think actually that looks a little bit weird. So we're going to change that up, get rid of that. Is that now 3? There we go. So we're a little bit happy with that now. And then we can come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3. And that should line up. There we go. That's sort of alright, I think. Sort of alright as a start. This isn't a huge house, but it is an okay size one. And then what we're going to do, we want to kind of make this, I guess it's kind of a little bit more interesting. We're going to come, how are we going to do this? So we go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go there. Is that right? Hang on. So no, 1, 2, 3, and 4, that's where we want it. Then we're going to come 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I guess we need to come out like that, up like that, and then diagonal that, like that. I think that might just work. We'll see. We're going to keep that one rolling, I think, and just see whether or not that works in a bit. And then we're going to build this up. I'm not entirely sure how far we're going to build this up, actually. Let's get, you know what I want? I want an oak slab. Where's my oak slab? Oak slab, there we go, that will do. So let's get an oak slab. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to create some steps. So we're going to have like that. No, you know what? I'm going to do it there. I think that's okay. And then that will be one higher. And then this one will be one higher still, like that. So we're starting to create steps up. Does that look a bit weird? I think that looks a little bit weird, doesn't it? Yeah. But no, you know what? I'm going to go with weird. Weird is alright. Let's see whether or not we can get this right. Like that. And if we just need to, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. We're going to come around here. We're going to get one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, all the way around, just to make this consistent. We'll do some detailing on the back of this in a minute. So this is the trouble with freestyling, is you kind of have to see it in your head, and it doesn't always translate perfectly onto the canvas, but this one should be okay. So why have we got Right, that's why, because that doesn't quite look right there. That needs to come across like that, and then that needs to come up like that, which means this block has to come up. There we go, we're still there, we're still looking good. I reckon this will look alright in the end. Let's get these walls as high as we want them to be. So that's that level, that level. So how high we've got there? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder whether or not we should make that a little flatter. It looks a little bit too wobbly for my liking. I wonder whether or not we could make this slightly flatter by using, you know what, no, I'm going to keep it as it is. I am going to keep it as it is, and we'll see how it goes. Like that, and I think that can be one more up. Like that, and then we're going to build the platform. That doesn't matter if that's like that. That does matter if it's like that, because that's rubbish. And we're going to bring the platform across like that all the way to the back, I think, because that then is high enough for us to create the entrance. All the way along. Like that. Okay, so we've got, that's high-ish, so now we just need to build this up one higher, I think, just to give some separation. To there. Okay, so we've got, I'm probably going to remove a couple of these blocks in a second, but I think that works quite well for the wall, and that's to go up like that, that's to go up like that. That has to go up like that. Okay, so what's not quite right there? That's not quite right there. So we've got a weird looking staircase going up the side like that. It's modern-ish. There we go. We're happy with that for now. We might fiddle around with that in a bit, but for now I think we'll leave it as it is. So what we're going to do now is we're going to build in some floor into the base of this. So I'm just going to remove all of this grass that's inside, because I want to be working with some other base that's not grass. So let's get that out of the way, and I'll be back when I've completely replaced this up with cyan terracotta like this. So I'll be back in a minute. Right, so we've got a nice floor in there. So what we're now going to do is we want to build up some frontage, and we're going to do that with a little bit of glass here right across the front. Now the thing about freestyling is we might find that we're going to just change things up a little bit as we go through, because you know, sometimes things maybe don't look quite right, don't look exactly the way you want them to, and at the moment this is okay, but I might change my mind any moment. You never know. Right, so what we're going to get is some more quartz, and we're going to build up these walls so they are level with what is going to be, this is the floor. So it's going to come kind of just one block above that floor, which is 5 high. So it gives us a headspace of 4 inside, which is exactly what we're after. So let's get 5 high on all of these. Quartz is a great block to be using for modern houses. It's not totally white, so it gives a little bit of texture, depending on the texture pack you're using, of course. But I'm just using default because I just like the way the quartz looks in default. And given that most of this is going to be in quartz or similar blocks, I think it makes sense to use the ones that look best. Although we will have a look at what it looks like in shaders at the end. So do stick around till the end to see what the shaders one looks like. Up and up. Okay, and the same at the back here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. That's 3, 4, 5. And this wall. 5, perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to decide where the door is going to go. We're going to have in the middle here, so you can see we've got 3 there, 3 there and 2 in the middle. We're going to get rid of those 2 and we're going to build the floor. And I'm going to, where's me oak wood slabs? I'm going to get oak wood planks across, and we're just going to build out the entire floor. Now it's not going to remain an entire floor because we're obviously going to want to be able to get ourselves down to the bottom level, but as it stands right now I'm just going to build out an entire floor using these oak blocks until we get to some of these gaps. So come across here. So we're just going to keep building it and I'll be back when I've done that. So the floor is in there and we've got some dark grey or grey glass panes going up to one above the level of the floor. Now we're going to increase these walls so as we've got the same clearance as we've got underneath here. So we've got 1, 2, 3 clearance there, out near growling, and so we want 1, 2, 3 clearance here. So 1, 2, 3, and then another one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I reckon we must be near some kind of hidey monster hole somewhere because I can hear growling all over the place. Where's the growling coming from? Anyway, they're not going to bother me today, so let's carry on. So that is 3 and 4, and then the same everywhere around the outside, like this. So we've got all of those walls ready there now. I'm just going to get some quartz stairs and stick quartz stairs in there. And what I'm also going to do, I think, let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to get rid of that one, and I'm going to stick some glass in there like that. I think that looks all right. So now we're going to get a little bit more glass going onto this bit here because we want to raise this up all the way to the top. Anybody else find placing glass really tricky? I ended up sticking glass left, right and centre in the wrong places when I did the bottom ones. And we're just going to carry on doing that on each of these. So there we've got quite a nice ground to ceiling kind of glass pane area. And then we're going to get some grey concrete powder. And I don't know if this is going to work. Not powder, I don't want grey concrete powder, I want grey concrete. So where's my grey concrete? Grey concrete powder. Where's my grey concrete? Light grey concrete. Black concrete, grey concrete, that's what we want, so let's get rid of that. We're going to put grey concrete here. Now I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to give it a go and then we're going to have a look and see what it appears like. So that's like that. That looks okay. I think we're going to do the same at the back here. It gives a little bit of depth to this particular wall. Gives a little bit of differentiation for the colour, so as it's not entirely white as well, which I quite like. And yeah, no, I think we're working there. What we're going to do is we're going to get that like that and that like that, because we're going to use that as an entrance in a moment. And we're going to get, yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to get some quartz slab, and we're going to bring the quartz slab around like that and like that. Now it's possible we're going to need to do something with this glass just here, because I don't think that's going to work. See, again, when you're freestyling, it's really easy to make decisions on what it is you want to change immediately, because sometimes things just don't work out when you have ideas as you roll. So there we go, we're going to have that like that, and then we're going to put quartz slab 2 out all the way around the building like this. There we go, so quartz slab all the way around. We'll build that one out again in a minute. And again, so we're going to lose that middle row of glass there like that. We're going to put in that like that. Much better. And we'll have the quartz slab coming out there. So that is too wide. I'm just get that all the way around. And how should we do it there? What should we do? Let's just stop that there like that, I think. We want to come out one further there. Like that around there. And then we need to expand this at the side another row. Like that. And then again here we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that. And then 2 out all the way to the end like that. And then I'm going to get some white stained glass there, and we're going to put white stained glass as the edge of kind of the balcony, like a barrier, so as you don't fall to your doom, because that wouldn't be particularly healthy. It just makes for a nice edging off of this balcony all the way along. I like the fact it's white stained. It keeps it really kind of congruent, really in keeping with the surrounding walls, and you've got the contrast there of that kind of black stripe going up the side there like that. So then we want to get ourselves a single door. I'm going to use an acacia door, I think, for these in here. We're going to come, where's my acacia? No, that's not, I want an acacia door like that, an acacia door like that, I think. So if I now come in here, how does that look? That looks quite effective, actually. I quite like that. So it's quite a deep entrance that we've got there for our acacia door, and it works quite well, I think. Brilliant. And it's white on the inside, so we've not got too much contrast on that whiteness. We don't want kind of the black coming on the inside. We are then going to get ourselves the grey stained glass again, and we're going to edge off in grey stained glass around here. Because then that gives, again, a nice contrast to the wood. White would be a little bit too much in here, I think. There like that. Then similarly all the way around. Keep missing there. Okay, so we're like that, and then we want some front doors, which are going to be dark oak, and those front doors are going to go there and there. So if I open those up, we've got some nice front doors there. We might do a little bit of detail on that as well at the moment. So let's just take a look at what we've done so far. So it's starting to come along really quite nicely, and what we're going to do is we're going to start to build out the roof. And I think what we're going to do with the roof is we're going to do half slab across the top here. Like that. And we may come out just one half slab there like that to create an overhang. Because generally speaking, roofs have got a bit of an overhang, otherwise it looks way too boxy. If we come along like that, don't want that there. Yeah, but that way the overhang kind of stops at the grey, which I like, and then we come along this side all the way to the end, and let's just get that bit finished. I'll be back when I've trimmed this all the way off. So we've created a gradual step there on the roof. It's not too steep, and it's pretty in keeping with the rest of the build. And we've got this top level is basically an upper half slab, so it's at the top of a half slab, which means that if I put on a sea lantern row like that, it is flush with the ceiling, and that sea lantern there is kind of nice and square and central to that building. So we've got here plenty of light inside. If we come inside, as a result of those sea lanterns, they're poking in quite nicely. Now, I personally think that this is going to look a little better if those sea lanterns are flush with the ceiling. So I don't want them kind of poking out. So I'm going to put a row around the inside of those sea lanterns, and we'll just have a look to see whether or not we like the alcove kind of around it, or whether we want it to be completely flat. So let's have a look at that here, like that from here. I quite like that level of detail actually, so I'm going to keep that kind of indented row around the ceiling because I think that looks quite nice. So what we've got here, we've got entrances out to the balcony on both sides, and we can go all the way around the house with this balcony. But what we have got is a very bland looking wall here, and I don't like bland. Bland is never ever good, so we're going to get halfway along. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So halfway is going to be 7, 6, 7. So that's halfway, that's halfway, that's halfway. Let's get rid of that. We're going to get some more grey. Where's the grey glass? There it is. There's the grey glass. Let's get some more grey glass in there, just to break that up. That looks better, we think. Yeah, we've got big panes there and a nice area there. Now I wonder whether or not we need to do something with this bit, because this is potentially a little bit too white. So what happens if we do this? How does that look? That looks okay, actually. Let's look at it from a distance. That looks alright. So that's flush with that bit with the roof. That bit's flush with that bit with the roof. This bit's got an overhang. So I think maybe we need to... No, we can't put that there because that's just going to block off that balcony. That's fine. We like that. Okay, so we've deliberately not got a door here, but we've got no way to access the bottom floor now. So we want to come in and we want to create where we're going to access the bottom floor. And we've got some choices. We can access the bottom floor all the way at the end here with a thin staircase, or we can access the bottom floor here, and I prefer the larger area to access the bottom floor. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this area taken out like that, and this is where our entrance is going to go. So in terms of how we're going to get up there, again we're going to use a very similar thing that we did on the outside, and we're going to use slabs to create the stairwell. Obviously this means that we need to lose a floor so as we can actually get up, which is always useful. And so that is going to come up there like that, and there. Just need to replace that one. That is going to come there like that, and then that is going to be like that, which means we need to lose that one and that one. Can we walk up those stairs yet? Yes, we can. Okay, so we've got a nice area there. We've still just about got room to go down there, which is less ideal than I want, actually. You know what? I am going to move it across one. I think we're going to come across there, there and there, there, there and there. Let's get rid of that. And that like that. That needs to come there. This is all going to come out completely. And then going to replace these slabs like that. So we've got a much better area there now to be able to walk around. Okay, I'm happy with that. That is better. We're going to keep it open now. We might want to decide to put a balcony around that, or we might not. And we might actually make it one wide. I'm looking at it now. I wonder whether one wide might be better, because if we want to put a balcony around that area, it's going to kind of get in the way a little bit, isn't it? So yeah, let's do that. Again, we are playing messing around. The primary living space is upstairs anyway, so we're not too concerned about that. There we go. So that goes like that. If I put a block there, can I get down? Yes, I can. So that actually works quite nicely with a block there. We're going to get, where's our white glass? No, our grey glass, sorry, is in number 4. Grey glass all the way around, and then we'll see what it looks like once it is done. I am not a fan of that. Nope, we're going to get rid of that. That doesn't work. We're going to get rid of that completely. We're just going to have to be very careful that we don't fall down that, aren't we? All the way along like that. So, and that means that we can actually go back to it being too wide. There and there. Okay, so that is a nice stairwell that takes us down to the bottom. We've got a good open space there. So now we just need to look at what we're going to do for a downstairs kind of side entrance. So we're going to have a side entrance there. Let's get rid of that one as well. Let's stick an upside down there. This is going to be a back door, so we make it acacia. This has to become cyan terracotta, otherwise it doesn't fit. And we've got a door there. Perfect. We are then going to come floor to ceiling there with a little bit more grey stained glass. But before we do that, cyan terracotta in there and there. Grey stained glass there and there and there. There and there. So that's quite a nice side entrance. And we kind of need to build up an external area because the grass obviously doesn't work, so we're going to do something with that in a minute. Trees in the way, so I'm just going to clear out some area around here that is going to become our external space, or is going to start to become our external space and create a side area as well. So as we've got something that's more in keeping with a modern build. I'll be back when I've done that. So we've got a nice edge in there in oak wood planks, and it follows the shape of the house a little bit, and then we get this outer area here. I put a wall of quartz blocks all the way around the outside there and included some sea lanterns just to give a little bit of light, just a little bit of ambience. Now this area is going to be the primary decking, and every modern house needs a bit of a pool, right? So we're going to create a pool that is 5 by 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. That is our pool area. There, and there. Right, so we are going to put, basically we're going to get sea lantern, and we're going to create sea lantern floor all the way around the outside to give a nice kind of underwater light feel. This is only going to be a very shallow pool, and then we're going to get quartz in the rest of it like that, and we're going to edge this area in quartz as well, just so as we've got a nice side to the swimming pool like that. And put just quartz blocks all the way around, and then we are going to fill it with water. There's my water. Right, so the best way to fill a shape with water is to go diagonally across. So what we're going to do is we're going to put water there, 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 there and there. That's going to give us an almost flat surface. Then if we go this way, that gives us a completely flat surface of the pool. You can see that's really quite nice there. And then we're going to get a diving board, which is going to be a set of steps and then a quartz slab that comes out like that. So that is the board for getting in and out. So that looks quite nice. Then we're going to put a little bit more furnishing. So if we get some spruce wood, yes, I do want spruce wood. So get some spruce wood steps. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 like that. That's quite nice. We're going to get more spruce wood steps, 1, 2, 3, and that's going to create some seating. We're going to put 1, 2 there. We're going to get our item frames. I fancy using item frames today. We'll stick an item frame on the side of each of those like that, there and there. So we've got a little bit of seating for the decking area. We're going to do far more detail in this in just a moment, and it's starting to come together, I think. So the next thing we want to do is we want to kind of build up on these steps here, because I'm a little worried that this is flat. I don't like it, so we're going to put just a quartz slab all the way around the outside of this like that. That creates just a very, very slightly higher shape there, which is quite nice. And then we're going to need to put, basically build up some nice kind of decorative areas. There's a lot of this is just far too bland. So what we're going to do, we're going to get some oak wood. We're going to stick some oak wood there and there. We'll stick another bit there. You'll see what we're doing with this in just a minute. We'll stick some oak wood there, some oak wood there. we're also going to put one there, and one there, and one there, like, actually no, one there like that, and no, I need that to be facing upwards. And then we're going to get some oak leaves. I'm going to stick oak leaves up 2 blocks on each of these oak things. It makes for an attractive plant. It's quite modern looking, and yet gives a real differentiation against that white block, and because the white block can look a little bit too harsh if you don't break it up with anything. So we're going to do just 2 high on all of them. It breaks up that white block beautifully, and there we are. So we've got quite a nice kind of green area there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit more of the green upstairs. So we're going to get, where's my oak? There's my oak. Let's get rid of that. So we're going to get one there and one there, and we're going to, again in the same way, we're going to put green either side there and there. We're going to put one here. No, put the right way up. There we go. And we're going to put that there and there. That looks quite nice. We're going to put one at the top of the stairs here, there and there, and I think we're also going to put one here, not right in the edge, but just on the inside of the edge. That looks quite good. And then just for consistency, we need something at the top here. There, actually no, I'm not going to put something there. I am going to. How are we going to do that? What do you think? Let's expand this out one, there and there. Get rid of that. I need the white glass, which is there. White glass is going to go there like that, and there like that. Get rid of that, and then I can much more happily put that in there, and then another one. So that means the one on the other side is probably of a similar blockage. So let's get that out there, that out there, stick that there, and that there. They are much happier with that. That looks much better. So now what we need to do is maybe do a little bit more on the inside, so as we can then finish off the outside. So let's come around to the front door, the side door here, because this is very, very dark, and we don't like dark particularly. So we're going to put some kind of sea lanterns as standard lights like that in the corner there and the corner there. We're also going to come along, put some in the corner here and in the corner there, and then I want to get some trap doors, and we're going to stick some trap doors to close it off, just to give it less harshness. It makes for a nice extra detail. So let's get that done on those. What we're also going to do is we're going to create a door into this area here, because this is a massive wasted space if we don't use it. We're going to get some sea lanterns there as well. So we finished this place, and this is a bit of a hidey hole, isn't it? So we figured this is where we're going to have our practical bits. We've got an infinite water source that you can only access the centre of because the brewing stand is sat there, and we've got a couple of chests there. We've obviously got lighting at both ends. We've got plenty of storage. We've got crafting table and furnaces. So that's kind of a practical area, because it's, you know, as I say, hidden away from the rest of the house. In this area here, we've got all of the lighting at each end, and under here, if I take this off, you can see we've got some sea lanterns, and we put sea lanterns underneath the rug because that means the light comes through but you don't see them, so they don't look a little bit weird. And I think actually the rug in the middle of the room like that looks pretty good. So what we're going to do here, because the one thing that we've not got that is practical, that doesn't fit in the little practical hidey hole, is the enchanting table. So we need to get ourselves some bookshelves. Have I got bookshelves? No, I need to get bookshelves. Bookshelves. There we go. So we don't need the water bucket anymore, at least I don't think so. So let's come out of here. So we've got bookshelf. We're going to go there, 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 and there. Come out to this way. There and there. Not there. And if we then... Does that work? No, we're going to put that there and there. There, there, and there. And then we can put an enchanting table right there. and that then gets the necessary power to be able to do the enchantments. And I think it's not out of keeping because bookshelves are reasonably placed if you put them into a modern house. Let's stick another one there, and that allows us to do a little bit of enchanting. I'm going to do some more decorative stuff in here because it's obviously a big bland room. We'll do some more upstairs and I'll be back when I finish that. And I'm going to call it there, I think, because we have done as much as I think we can without going over the top. So what I've done is I've just edged around the outside of the wall using a little bit of gravel just to give it a bit of an edge. I've put some birch trees in there. I've used birch simply because of the white bark of the birch complementing the build itself, which is quite nice. I've put a little bit more detail on the outside here. You can see we've got some bench in here. I've put a parasol up here using fences and carpet. And I've put in a little shower unit for the swimming pool because you want to have a little bit of a shower after you've had a swim, don't you? That's what you want. And then inside, let's get inside here. We've got a little bit more decoration with some plants. I've got a little kitchen area. That lever there not only acts as a tap for the sink, which is a cauldron, but it also turns on those powered rails, so you've got a little hob on top of your ovens. Obviously we've already seen the enchanting territory there, and up and around inside this bit we've got, I stuck an anvil in the middle of that just because I didn't have an anvil. So then we go upstairs and we have got, again, a little bit more planting, a little bit more storage, some pictures, and a nice big 3 wide bed at the top there. And then we're coming out onto the balcony and we can see everything around the balcony as well, so it looks quite a nice view off the balcony here with some plants, etc. And I think that looks all right. It's not so square as some of the other modern houses that you might see on the internet. That curved step around the side is quite a nice feature that brings you up to, when you walk upstairs, brings you up to the front door like that, which is quite nice. It's going in the front door, there you go, and you're back out again. Whoop, don't place any of that. And yeah, it looks pretty good. Now, I did promise that we would have a look at this in some shaders, so let's do that now. So this is the shader pack that I've got installed at the moment. The light behind there isn't perfect, but it does give for a really nice light coming across that pool area. I quite like the look of that. I think it looks okay with the shader pack. It looks pretty neat. The glowing sea lanterns look really nice, and there is shadow inside but sufficient light coming in through those big windows at the back to make it look all right. I don't know, what do you think? What's your feeling on this? Let me know in the comments below what you think of this particular build. And there you have it. If you have enjoyed this video, please do let me know by slapping that like button as hard as you possibly can. I need some sunglasses, don't I? That's really bright, that sun. Slap that like button as hard as you can. It'd be great to know that you've enjoyed it, and then perhaps I'll do some more. Also, if you've not done it already, please do remember to slap that subscribe button. It'll be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. I'm waving some gravel at you. See you later. Bye.